Good morning, dear trainees. Today we are going to discuss or learn about the continuous and comprehensive evaluation. This is the most important topic in your teaching session, teaching teacher training, and it is very important to the regular teachers also how to evaluate continuously and comprehensively. Nowadays we are following the system. So we are going to discuss about the topic CCE, in short, continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So in this chapter, in this class, we are going to cover the following: what is continuous comprehensive assessment, what is CCE, that is what it is, and why we should use CCE, what is the importance or objectives of CCE, and how can it be implemented, how you can implement this CC scheme of whatever it may be in the classroom and out of the classroom. We will discuss in detail one by one. So in this chapter, that means the outcome, you are going to learn about what is CCE and why the CCE is, and how the CCE can be implemented in and out of the classroom. So we have already discussed about the words in last class, what is assessment, measurement and evaluation. Once let us recall what are the meanings for the terms measurement, assessment and evaluation. Yesterday we have discussed about these three, but once you recall the definitions for the term measurement, is measurement is an evaluation expressed in quantitative terms, and the assessment is a process of collecting, reviewing and using the data for the purpose of improvement in the learning process. Yes, the definition for evaluation is also described like this: evaluation is described as an act of passing judgment on the basis of set of standards. Hence it is a decision making process we have learned in the previous classes. So now we are going to discuss about the CCA. So we know the words, there are three terms. One is continuous. In C, continuous comprehensive evaluation, in there are three terms. One is continuous, and the second one is comprehensive, the third one is evaluation. We have learned about the evaluation in the last class, and we are going to learn the words continuous and comprehensive in detail. So what is continuous? Generally the school exam or whatever may be, the teacher conducts the exam test or whatever may be at the end of the session or end of the class or end of the topic or end of the class. That means after the at the end of the quarterly, of yearly or annual. So but the continuous means every day we should how to evaluate and assess the student. So what is continuity means here, the student should get the what teaching learning support continuously by the teacher when the student requires the things. So if you go to the word automatically, the regularity of the assessment, continuous comprehensive evaluation means assessment is for improvement. Continuous evaluation means we should regularly observe the students, what the student is getting from our teaching learning activities, and we have to diagnose the learning gaps. So what is the previous knowledge of the student and what is the present knowledge of the student? Is there any gap between the student knowledge, previous knowledge and present knowledge? We should diagnose every day, every minute, every moment, and we have to use, if there is a gap, we have to use the corrective measures, and we should test again whether the student achieved, whether the student got it or not. So then after we should take the feedback of evidences to teachers and students whether they are achieved or not. So regularly means around the academic year and round the day and round the class or whatever, every minute of the teaching learning activities the student should be evaluated. That is called continuous. Continuous is nothing but every day round the clock, round the academic year, every minute in the round the class, every minute moment in the period. This all comes describes the word in detail about the continuous. So continuously we have to give the feedback to the students to encounter the learning gaps of the students. This is called the word continuous. Then what is comprehensive? So we have discussed three terms. One is evaluation and the second one is continuous. Now let me explain the word continuous, and the third one is comprehensive. See, if you see the comprehensive word, see, comprehensive means whether we know that there will be the school activities or classroom teaching learning activities will be academic and non-academic, curricular, co-curricular, or curricular, scholastic, or co-scholastic. We divide the teaching learning activities or school activities into two categories. The one is scholastic activities, co-scholastic activities, curricular activities, or co-curricular activities. So we can classify the school or teaching learning activities into two categories. So here the word comprehensive means both the activities. That means both means scholastic activities, co-scholastic activities comes under the word comprehensive. The comprehensive means totality of the activities. So for this we have to evaluate the student comprehensively. Means the teacher has to evaluate the students comprehensively. Means the teacher has to evaluate or test the student performance in the both the activities, that is curricular activities and co-curricular activities. You know already what is curricular and what is co-curricular. Curricular means which is exactly to the syllabus, and co-curricular means which supports the content of the syllabus. So when we are evaluating, the teacher should evaluate comprehensively. Means the teacher should evaluate the performance of the students in the both the areas, that is curricular and co-curricular areas, that is called scholastic domain and non-scholastic domain. So the teacher has to evaluate comprehensively, means the teacher has to evaluate the scholastic domain and non-scholastic domain of the student to the all-round development of the student. So all the domains, all-round development means all the domains means cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. You know there are three terms in every individual, three domains in every individual according to the psychology: cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So all-round development means development of all these domains are called all-round development. So to develop these three domains, we should encourage the scholastic and non-scholastic domains in the students. That means curricular and co-curricular activities should be encouraged in the classroom to make the student or develop the student all-round development. So all learning objectives should be reached. That means all the learning objectives means curricular and co-curricular, scholastic or co-scholastic activities must be evaluated. So continuous comprehensive evaluation is nothing but evaluation of the individual continuously and comprehensively. Means a student must be evaluated in and around or across the classroom or period or within the school, after the school, out of the school, within the school hours. That is called continuously. Comprehensively means scholastic or non-scholastic, curricular or co-scholastic activities must be evaluated. That is called comprehensive. Comprehensive and continuous means if you understand, automatically you can define the word CCE, continuous comprehensive evaluation, the process of evaluation which measures or evaluates the students performance continuously and comprehensively is known as continuous comprehensive evaluation. Once you see the CCE, continuous comprehensive, what is this? Regularity of the evaluation in both scholastic and non-scholastic. Diagnosis the learning gaps. To test that one, we should use the different type of tools and techniques and use corrective measures and retesting. That means where the student is lacking, there we have to develop to correct the behavior of the students. For that, we should take the feedback and we should check whether all the learning objectives are achieved or not. So if all the learning objectives are achieved, then automatically all the learning objectives means here you know already knowledge and objectives means in mathematics we can say knowledge, understanding, application, analysis and evaluation. You know already 5 learning objectives are there in mathematics. Whether the 5 are achieved or not, we should check, that is comprehensive. And if we are continuously checking all these things or evaluating all these things, that is continuous comprehensive evaluation. From this we can understand what is continuous comprehensive evaluation. The evaluation which conducts around the academic year or across the academic year comprehensively. That means comprehensively means non-scholastic, scholastic activities of an individual to develop the all-rounder is known as continuous comprehensive evaluation. So once again, once you go for the term we will discuss again after the great discussion, after long discussion. Once again we will define the 3 terms. The term evaluation means to make judgment by providing marks and grades on the basis of the level of achievement of the student. So this is the word we can define in another mode. And this one more, continuous comprehensive evaluation we already discussed and described. Once you go through this definition, continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a scholastic based assessment with the coverage of all aspects of the students development. All aspects of the students development. The term continuous defines that it puts stress on the process of evaluation in teaching, learning and thus spread over the entire span of an academic session. So this is the best definition ever seen anywhere. See, the continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a school based assessment with the coverage of all the aspects of the student development. So all the aspects of the student development is nothing but all round development of the student. All the aspects means here scholastic and non-scholastic or co-scholastic we can say. So continuous term is defined already in the classroom, out of the classroom, on the classroom, off the classroom, in the school, out of the school, in the classroom, out of the classroom, within the activities, out of the activities. So this is called continuous. So this is the puts a stress on that one. So that is that's why they are using the word stress on the process. So this is the good definition we can say. Again the definitions are in detail are given in the first, second and third paragraphs. What is continuous means to emphasize the evaluation of identified aspects student growth development. It is a continuous process rather than an event related with the total teaching learning process. This is the meaning for continuous. The term comprehensive means that is it is assess the all-round development of the child's personality, which covers both scholastic and co-scholastic aspects of the child's growth and development. We have discussed, but these are the good definitions or meanings given by the experts in the field of education. So you can write these definitions as what is continuous comprehensive evaluation from the first paragraph, and second paragraph defines the meaning of what is continuity, and the third paragraph defines upon what defines what is comprehensive. So you can choose these three paragraphs explained by the experts in the field of education. So these are some examples. We can these are a few lines described by. So what are the co-curricular activities? You know already. Life skills, next some activities, development of some values, you know already, social aim, disciplinary aim, discipline value, social value, intellectual value, life skills, out communicating skills, attitude development, all this comes under the co-curricular domain and co-scholastic domain or co-curricular activities. So curricular activities, you know the syllabus of the class, and co-curricular or scholastic means here life skills, communication skills, development of values, development of attitudes, interests among the subjects or whatever in the society is called the scholastic activities. Just you look at the figure, then you will get an idea what are the scholastic activities. We already discussed in the previous classes of first semester in the first lines. So what are the main objectives of CCE? So continuity in evaluation. First one is continuity in evaluation and assessment of broad based learning. So reduce students pressure or stress during before examination, and claimed to bring changes from the traditional method of evaluation to a uniform patterns of student evaluation. These are the main features, main objectives of CCE, we can say. So in continuous comprehensive evaluation, we always evaluate the student performance regularly in every moment and every activity, every minute, every period, by activities, teaching learning activities, either it is field works, homeworks, classroom activities, projects, laboratory works, and all these things. So the continuity in evaluation is nothing but the evaluation in all the teaching learning areas, that is in field works, in the classroom activities, in teaching learning activities out of the classroom, that means field works, project works, laboratory works, it defines. So assessment of broad learning areas, we have already discussed what is project work and all these things, communicative skills, life skills, all these things are comes under the broad learning. So continuous comprehensive evaluation is not a evaluation which can be conducted at the end of a session or the class or the topic. The CCE evaluation will be done always, every minute, every moment, when the teaching learning process is going on in any type of or in any form of the teaching learning activities. So what is the historical background of the CCE? You know already, national curriculum framework also recently they stressed on the CCE to reduce the burden on the students. So before that also some new national policy on education 1986 also stressed on the CCE, that means reduce the burden on the students, and there should be changes should be occurred in evaluation process. That means examination should not be a burden to the student. The student should learn the things but not should be tested at the end of the session or the syllabus. The student should be evaluated continuously to give the feedback, to get the feedback, to feed the child where the student is lacking. So some committees also recommended this CCE. What are the committees? Look at that once. Slater Commission in 1979, 1919 also recommended this CCE. Hotta Committee report in 1929 also recommended this CCE, and Sargent report in 1944 recommended this CCE. Mudaliar Commission in 1952, this is called Secondary Education Commission also, we can name it, and Hunter Commission in 1982 stressed on the CCE, but at last in the 2005 from the 2005 we are following from the national curriculum framework. 2005 has stressed and forced to implement the CCE to reduce the burden and to give the boost to the evaluation system. So this 5 commission has stressed more on the pattern of CCE. At last we are following from 2010 onwards in the new syllabus, with new textbooks, with new curriculum, with new uh, terms and conditions of CCE. So what are the main features of CCE? Once you look at that, what are the main features? So look at these features: continuous and comprehensive evaluation related to a system of school-based evaluation to the students, covers all aspects of students' personality development. You know already what is student all-round development, scholastic and non-scholastic. So it focus more on the development of the all-round development of the student. So it has focused on the first point like that. So it has discouraged the uh, rote learning system. So the learning and vomiting is not important here. The student has to get the knowledge, he has to understand the things, then he has to apply to solve his real life situations. So to continuous, the aspect of CCE takes care of the continuity and periodicity aspect of the evaluation. So continuous means we have already discussed the third paragraph, the third feature. And one more, if you go through this one,